Welcome to the Female Customs Group. We are students from IB23A class, Đông Á University. Today, we will present a set of import documents. The presentation belongs to Trade Foreign Techniques course that is lectured by Ms. Phan Trần Kiều Dung. As you can see on screen, our topic is importing the rice cashew nut in shell from Cambodia to Vietnam. Before we concentrate on documents, I'd like to thank you all for watching today. Our presentation will be 3 parts. I will start with exploring the reasons why we choose the rice cashew nut in shell from Cambodia to import. Then I will analyze the purchase contract and responsibilities and duties between two companies. Finally, I will look at the process of importing the rice cashew nut in shell. Let me begin by explaining why we chose the above topic. In terms of goods, Vietnam is a powerful country with technology to process and export cashew, but the supply of them in our country is not enough. In terms of market, the biggest cashew suppliers for Vietnam consist of Cambodia and some countries of Africa. Especially, every year, Vietnam imports cashew from Cambodia falling value the most because of their adequate quality and quantity. Besides that, over the past years, built on a special and solid foundation, the relationship of good neighbors, traditional friendship, comprehensive cooperation, long-term sustainability between Vietnam and Cambodia has continuously developed. That is the reason for our choosing. Let's now turn to know more about the purchase contract, responsibilities and duties between two companies. This is contract number. The date of the contract signed is April 9, 2024. The buyer is America Việt Cashew Nuts Processing One Member Company Limited in Vietnam. The seller can communicate with the buyer through triple-way telephone numbers and email of America Việt Company and the telephone numbers of the representative, Mr. Đào Thanh Lưu, Managing Director of the company. This is the bank account of the buyer, including the account number, name, and address bank. The seller is the Shaw International Group in Cambodia. The buyer can communicate with the seller through triple-ways or telephone numbers and email of the Shaw Company and the telephone numbers of the representative, Mr. Beautiful, Managing Director of the company. Below the background information of the two parties is the legal basis of this contract. It is mutually agreed to sign this contract, covering the following terms and conditions. About the content of this contract, Article 1, Product and Quantity. The seller shall sell and deliver, and the buyer shall buy and accept delivery from the seller of 100 metric tons the rice cashew nut in shell in bags. Specification of the rice cashew nut in shell are autumn, nut count, moisture, foreign matter, total defectiveness, moldy, immaturness, explosiveness, humidity, and extraneous matter. Article 2. Price. The price for the rice cashew nut in shell is 2,000 USD per metric ton FOB from pen. Article 3. Total value. The total value of these goods is 200,000 USD. Article 4. Shipment. The goods will be delivered by sea within April 2024 from loading port Phnom Penh to discharge port Long An within 15 days from the bill date. The seller has to send to the buyer the signed shipping documents. Article 5. Parking. The rice cashew nut in shell is packed in jute or propylene bags, 100 kg each bag, loaded in 20-feet container. Article 6. Payment. The buyer will pay 100% for the seller by telegraphic transfer within 7 days after the BL date to the bank account of the seller. Article 7. Documents. Required shipping documents consist of 1. Signed commercial invoice in triplicate. 2. Full set of bill of lading. 3. Original and copies non-negotiable. 3. Detailed booking list in triplicate original. 4. Certificate of origin, Form D, and phytosanitary in triplicate. 5. Shipping advice email to purchaser within 3 working days after the vessel sailing from port of shipments, advising shipment details, name of vessel, value of goods, estimated time of arrival, shipped weight and quantity, description of goods, port of loading, and port of discharge. Article 8. Force majeure. The contracting parties are not responsible for the non-performance of any contract obligation in case of usually recognized force majeure. As soon as the condition under which force majeure has been invoked, i.e., extraordinary, unforeseeable, and irresistible event, an email should be sent to the other party for information. A certificate of force majeure issued by the competent government authorities will be sent to the other party within 7 days. Beyond this time, force majeure circumstances shall not be taken into consideration. Article 9. Penalty. In the event that the seller fails to deliver the goods under this contract on due time, the buyer will have the right to penalty in the amount equivalent to 1% of delayed portion value per a week of delay, but totally not exceed 5% total value contract. Telegraphic transfer to the buyer banks shall affect payment for the penalty at the same time. Article 10. Arbitration. In case of dispute, is first mutually discussed the basis of mutual respect and benefits. If it is beyond discussion, the case shall be referred to Vietnam International Arbitration Center next to the Chamber of Commerce and Industries of Vietnam in Ho Chi Minh City. The decision of this center shall be final and binding upon parties. The arbitration fees shall be borne by the losing party. Article 11. Common terms. Any change or amendment to this contract must be effective by writing or by fax upon the discussion of 2 parties. This contract is made by fax and will be valid from the date the signing. And the final part of the purchase contract is signatures of the buyer and the seller. As I said above, the buyer buys the raw cashew nut and shell imported from Cambodia following the FOB term Incoterm 2020. Therefore, the responsibilities and duties of the seller, Shore International Group, in selling by FOB term is: the first, delivering goods that I have to be the right quantity, quality, time, place following the regulation of foreign contract. Next, the seller has to complete the paperwork of export custom clearance. Last but not least, the seller has to deliver required documents for the buyer. Turning our attention to the responsibility and duties of the buyer, America Việt Cashew Nut Processing One Member Company Limited in buying by FOB term is: first of all, the buyer has to rent the main vehicle to transport the goods from Phnom Penh Port to Long An Port. Besides, the buyer has to complete the paperwork of import custom clearance. Next, the buyer receives the goods and pays following the regulation of foreign contract. Finally, the buyer is in charge of costs and risks since the goods are on board at Phnom Penh Port. Moving to the process of organizing import contract. After the goods are ready for transporting to Vietnam, the first step, before signing the contract, America Việt Company will check the degree of detailing regulation on some articles of the Foreign Trade Management Law to confirm that cashew is allowed to import. The second step, American Việt company will rent the boat to transport cashew from Phnom Penh to Long An 1. Sequence of steps to hire a market boat, including goods owners find ships themselves or through broker find ships to transport goods. The broker finds the ship and sends to the liner booking note. The broker and the ship owner agree on a number of key terms in loading, unloading, and transporting. The broker notifies the shipper of the freight storage results. The goods owner picks up the ship's schedule to transport the goods to the port for delivery to the ship. The ship owner of the ship owner representative issues the ship owner a bill of lading at the request of the ship owner. It's short HMM Oslo. This is booking note issued by HMM Oslo. The main information on it includes booking number, the date of loading on port, vessel's name, estimated time departure, information of goods, type of shipping lines, etc. When the goods are finished on port at Phnom Penh Port, the carrier or representative of HMM Oslo will issue the set of bill of lading. About the process for issuing and using bill of lading as follows. The shipper delivers the goods to the carrier. 2. The carrier issues a bill of lading to the shipper. 3. The shipper transfers the documents, including the bill of lading, to the consignee. 4. The consignee presents the bill of lading to the carrier agent at the port of destination to receive the goods. Must present the original bill of lading, except in special case. 5. The carrier's agent at the port of destination delivers the goods to the consignee. Below are the main contents of the bill. Number of bill of lading, shipper, consignee, vessel name, port of loading, port of discharge, description of goods, number of containers and packaging, measurement, total weight, freight and charge, number of original bill of lading, time and place of issuance of bill of lading, carrier signature. Moving to the third step, the buyer requires the seller delivering the goods and sending the shipping advice to the buyer. This is shipping advice by email of the seller. It has some essential information as follows. Description of goods, name of the vessel, voyage number, consignee, port of load and discharge, quantity, estimated time of arrival and departure. Next, the fourth step. The buyer will check required documents in the purchase contract such as listed above. Required documents consist of 1. Commercial invoice. As you can see, it is issued at the same time as the delivery. The main contents in commercial invoice are buyer, seller, invoice number, invoice date, payment methods, goods information, total amount, Incoterms conditions, etc. is used for payments between seller and buyer to determine import and export, provide necessary for custom declaration, and compare information with other documents. 2. Bill of lading. 3. Packing list. The main contents in packing list are seller, packaging number and date, buyer, reference number, port of loading, port of destination, vessel name, estimated time delivery, product, quantity, packing, weight, etc. The function of it is provide necessary information about the goods, such as what is the quantity and weight of the list of goods in the container, specific number of packages, estimated time unloading time. Packing list is a very important slip in the set of documents for import and export. 4. Certificate of Origin Form D and Phytosanitary. Certificate of Origin is an important document in international trade certifying that a specific exported shipment has pure origin or is produced or processed in a particular country. Form D often are applied to import and export goods between Vietnam and Asian member countries. By using CO Form D, businesses are not only able to prove the origin of goods and product quality, but also receive the benefits in terms of import tax. Because our goods are the right raw cashew nut itself produced in Cambodia. Thus, we have to require the seller providing CO Form D. Moreover, the right raw cashew nut itself is a type of goods that needs a phytosanitary certificate. It's used to confirm that the goods are plants or plant products that do not contain toxic fungi, insects, etc. that can cause disease to plants on the root or destination of the goods. The purpose of applying for a phytosanitary certificate is for imported goods, ensure that pathogens from imported goods do not enter the importing country. Important information contained in it includes name and address of the importer, description name and address, quantity and type of packing, weight production, etc. 5. Shipping advice. The fifth step is payments paid on the article in purchase contract. The buyer will pay through the bank account in the signed contract. Telegraphic transfer payment process includes the following steps. Step 1. Ship goods and documents. This is the first step in the TT payment process. The exporter will package and deliver the goods along with the necessary documents to the importer. The set of documents includes commercial invoice, bills of lading, custom declaration, and other documents related to the order. Before sending goods, the exporter needs to carefully check all the information and documents to avoid unnecessary errors. Step 2. Request the bank to transfer money. After sending the goods and documents, the importer will request the bank to transfer money to the exporter. The importing party will provide information about the amount to be transferred, the name and address of the exporting party, account information, and other necessary information. Importers can choose between two forms of TT payment: prepaid money transfer or postpaid money transfer. Step 3. The bank notifies the importer. After receiving all necessary documents from the importer, the bank will deduct money from exported and at the same time send a debt notice to the importer. Step 4. Transfer money. This is the final step in the TT payment process. The correspondent bank will transfer the money to the exporter and notify the importer that the money has been transferred. At this time, the TT payment process is completed. The sixth step is complete the paperwork of import custom clearance. This procedure is a complex process that importer and exporter must follow when moving goods across national border. Below are the main steps of custom clearance. Step 1. Declare and submit the custom declaration. Submit or present custom documents. Step 2. Bring goods and means of transport to the inspection location. Step 3. Pay taxes and perform other financial obligations. After finishing import custom declaration, the buyer will receive the goods from shipping line. In addition, the eighth step is inspection of imported goods to determine the quantity and quality of importing goods, the origin and situation of the goods, as well as whether the actual condition of the importer meet the regulation of the importing goods, purchase contract, and others. The ninth step is to claim if there is any breach of contracts as missing goods, damaged goods, etc. The final step is contract liquidation and storing. That's all we want to say about the import documents of the rider cashew nut itself. On behalf of the Female Custom Group, I'd like to thank you all for taking time out to listen to our presentation.